Hi, my name is Roberto Martinez. I'll be your counselor. You're Hector, right?
Yes.
Alrighty, perfect. Now, before we get into today's session, I just want to go over a little bit about informed consent and just provide you a little roadmap about what this counseling session will look like. That way, everything for you is as clear and concise as possible. Is that okay?
Okay.
Now, first of all, I just want to tell you everything that you say in here stays between me and you, and I will not talk about it with anybody unless you give me explicit permission to do so. All right? Now, there is one exception to that rule, however. If you say something during session that I feel like may be a harm to you or others, then at that point, I will unfortunately have to inform the authorities so that way everyone can stay safe.
Okay.
Is that fine with you?
Yeah.
Alrighty, and then I just want to encourage you that this is your safe space. So I just want you to share whatever you feel comfortable sharing. And if you don't feel comfortable sharing something, there's by no means any pressure for you to do so at all. I just want you to share what you feel comfortable with sharing. So that way everything, including this relationship between us, can stay as natural as possible, you know?
Okay.
That sound good? Ultimately, it's just my job as a counselor to support you and help you whatever you're going through. All right? Alrighty. Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you for coming in today. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to come talk to me. I know coming to things like these isn't always easy, so I appreciate you having the courage to come talk to me. Now, can you tell me how are you feeling about coming to talk to me today?
Honestly, I don't really want to be here, but they told me I should go.
I understand that. So it sounds like you coming to talk to me wasn't your first choice. Is that right? You seem a little unsure about talking with someone like me.
I mean, I don't understand how any of this or talking to you will fix anything.
That's truly a totally natural and valid reaction. Given everything that's going on, it's completely understandable for you to feel that way. Given that everything that's transpired, it's completely believable that you think that words won't change anything that's happened out there. And for the most part, that's true.
Yeah.
So, could you tell me a little bit about what your life has been like since the accident, Hector? Like, what's been going on with you?
Well, since the accident, I've endured some injuries, which have caused me to not be able to work anymore. So I I can't believe it. I've been doing construction my whole life, and now I just sit out.
I understand. So, construction for you wasn't just a job, it was a way of life for you. And now that you aren't able to do that, it sounds like you've lost your purpose. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm supposed to be the one that takes care of my family, make sure they're okay, but I don't know, that was my job.
I understand. So, being the provider for your friends and family is extremely important to you. And now that that's been taken away, you just feel lost and it weighs extremely heavily on you. Is that right, Hector?
Yeah, I mean, I just feel useless.
So you feel like you lost your purpose and you aren't the man you're supposed to be anymore post the accident, right?
Yeah.
Alrighty, Hector. Now that we're going to dive into a little bit about your daily life, what does a typical day in your life look like for you?
Well, honestly, I just sit around, I watch TV, I don't really do much.
So it sounds like you spend a lot of time alone and don't really do the things you used to anymore. Would that be about correct?
Yeah.
And what does that do for you emotionally, Hector?
It makes me really angry and frustrated.
I understand. I'm sensing a lot of anger and frustration about how the way of things have turned out and how the way things have used to be. Is that true?
Yeah.
Now tell me, how has this been affecting your relationship with your wife and kids?
It's affected a lot. I don't even really talk to them. I just stay to myself.
I understand that. So to me, it sounds like you pulled away, even though they're there. you pull away to avoid reminding yourself about the pain or the events that have happened. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, they were the ones I had to provide for, just not. So it feels better to just keep them away.
I understand. So, Hector, when things like these happen, people find ways to cope. How have you been coping with this accident?
I drink, so that helps.
So, to me, it sounds like drinking has become a way for you to get a break from everything. Is that right?
Yeah.
So, it sounds like to me, your drinking provides you some relief, even if it is only temporary. Is that right?
Yeah.
Alrighty, Hector. Now, if it's okay with you, I'd just like to ask you a couple questions about your drinking, so it'll help me better understand you and help me find the way to best support you. Is that okay? About how often do you typically have a drink?
Um, I want to stay about every day,
On a typical day, how many drinks would you say you have a day?
probably about 5 or 6 drinks.
And finally, how has your drinking been affecting your relationship with your family?
I mean, I don't talk to them. I don't see them. I mean, I have a family business, so I don't speak to my parents. I don't speak to my siblings. So honestly, I just stay to myself.
So, from what I'm hearing, it sounds like your drinking has become a regular way of how you're coping, and it sounds like it's starting to affect things at home. Is that right?
Yeah, sounds about right.
So, Hector, from everything I've gathered so far, right now it sounds like you're in the contemplation stage where you see a problem.
Hold on, hold on. You think I'm in a contemplation stage?
Yes, I think you're in a contemplation.
What even is that?
So basically, Hector, the contemplation stage is like part of you recognizes that you have a problem, but part of you isn't quite ready to make that change yet. Does that make sense?
I mean, I guess. I guess.
So, out of everything, what has been the hardest part about everything for you since the accident?
I mean, I guess not being able to provide for my family, not being able to be there for them. I think that probably is one of the hardest things.
So, I understand the loss of not being able to provide. It's not just about work, it's about your identity as a husband and as a father. Would I be correct in assuming that?
I mean, that's all I know. That's what my family taught me. That's what I saw my father do. I mean, yeah, that's my identity. That's what they know me for. So now they see me just sitting around, not doing anything. So I'd rather them not see me at all, so I don't even speak to
It sounds like this is a really sore spot for you. Alrighty, Hector. So things could start to feel even a little bit different. What would that look like for you?
I mean, since the accident, I'm not really doing much. I've endured injuries causing me not to be able to move the way I used to. Um, I definitely want to be there for my kids again. I mean, I'm not talking to anyone, I'm not moving around like I used to, so definitely being there for my kids again.
Honestly, that's amazing. And that says a lot about you, Hector. Even despite everything you've gone through, your family and friends are still way deeply on your heart. And that's amazing. It says a lot about what an awesome person you are as a person.
Thank you.
What's one small change, not a big change, that you would like to implement?
When should I start this?
It can be any time, whether it's now, next week, whenever you feel ready. There's no rush. Counseling is a gradual process, so change may take time, and that's okay because everyone is different.
Okay, so I think for sure I want to get back to speaking to my family again. I mean, I know they call me a lot, and since we own a family business, I mean, I'm always seeing my families.
Alrighty, Hector, what's one small change, not a big change, that you would like to implement next week?
Definitely want to reach out to my family again. I mean, since the accident, I've really just isolated myself. I don't speak to my family. Even when I see their calls, I quickly decline them. So, and I don't even talk to my family who lives with me, my kids. So I definitely want to be there for my kids again, like I said before, and rekindle those relationships. I mean, we own a family business, so my family's always going to be around. They're probably always going to be here for me, and I definitely probably don't make them feel good when I don't speak to them. So definitely just speaking to my family again would be probably the first thing I would do.
Alrighty, so to me, it sounds like reconnecting with your family is extremely important and something you want to do sooner rather than later because you want to build that support system back up and have them trying to support you. I know, given everything you gone through, it's been really difficult, and you feel like you have to hide yourself out of shame because you aren't the man you feel like you're supposed to be for them. And for you, that causes a great deal of shame. But you're just trying to do the best you can.
Yeah.
Well, Hector, first of all, I just wanted to say thank you for coming to spend time with me and talking with me today. I know opening up like this really wasn't easy, so I really commend your courage. And I just want to say thank you for coming in today. It means a lot to me. And just know that this step that you took is just one of the very many steps that lead to change and a better change for you, not only for you, but also for your friends and family.
Thank you. I mean, I know when I first came in, I said I didn't even want to be here, but maybe you hearing me will help me to hear myself better and make a change for not just for me, but my family. It's really who I care about the most. So thank you so much, Mr. Rupert.
I understand. Next time for next session, how about we try and find ways to manage some of the pain or temptations that you might be facing when it comes to trying to stop drinking? How does that sound? Does that sound good? What do you currently do aside from drinking that helps you post accident?
I mean, since it caused me some pretty bad injuries, I have a limp, so I can't really move the way I want to. So
I see.
I just sit around.
So I might recommend like some like yoga or like stretching, some small things, that might help ease the pain a little bit so you don't feel tempted to lean more towards drinking, like yoga or stretching. You want to start small, not big, because you don't want to push yourself too hard. Because if you push yourself too hard, you're going to re-injure yourself, and that would just cause more pain and more stuff. So we definitely want to do that. Definitely be sure to take it slow, take it easy.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Roberta.
Thank you so much for meeting with me today. It was a pleasure to get to meet you.